Cassie Plummer has been having a hard time on Coronation Street as Ross Wilkes has relocated to the cobbles in a bid to get closer to their son Tyrone Dobbs. In tonight's, July 29th, scenes, Cassie spilled the beans about Ross's horrifying secret to the entire family, with an ominous cliffhanger suggesting her previously announced departure might come with a deadly twist. The new episode saw Tyrone, Fizz, and Tracy, who's been dating Ross, insist to celebrate his birthday. On the other hand, Cassie, who stayed for the celebration with her partner Steve McDonald, was visibly uneasy. The situation got even tenser when Tracy started bragging about going out with Ross, describing him as an alpha male. Unable to restrain herself, Cassie couldn't stand the sight of Ross being celebrated by her grandkids and asked Fizz to send them upstairs so she could reveal the truth about Tracy's real man. "You know this real man. He didn't cop off with me. He wasn't a one-night stand," said Cassie. "I was a 15-year-old girl, and he paid me for sex." The revelation shocked Tyrone and the rest of the family, with the mechanic assuring his mum that he believed her. "I never wanted to tell you. I just couldn't stomach it anymore." Cassie broke down in Ty's arms as he told her he loved her. Meanwhile, Tracy was disappointed for the sudden reality check and told Ross she wasn't sure about going out with someone like him. He insisted he didn't know Cassie was 15, but Tracy simply replied, "Isn't that what they all say?" After learning that Ross had verbally abused Cassie at the hotel, Tyrone caught up with his dad to give him a piece of his mind. Ross pleaded with him to give him a chance, swearing he had no idea that Cassie was underage. Ross offered to apologize to Cassie, telling her he was ashamed of himself and begging her to find a way to make their family dynamic work so they could both be in Tyrone's life. Cassie accepted the olive branch, with Ross saying that she wouldn't regret it. As it turns out, Cassie might regret ever giving Ross a chance in the first place. In an ominous cliffhanger, Ross jumped on Cassie as she was taking out the trash. He threatened her to keep quiet and not ruin his relationship with Tyrone if she wanted to stay alive. From what we know about Cassie's exit so far, it seems like Ross might just keep his promise. After Steve breaks up with Cassie and she announces she's taking a job on a cruise ship, her departure from Weatherfield turns sinister when Ross offers to give her a lift to the station. "She's been rejected by the love of her life and her only option is to take this job," explained Cassie star Claire Sweeney. Whether she actually makes it to the cruise ship, or what happens when Ross takes her, no one knows, and it's left wonderfully open. Coronation Street has left fans stunned once again after delivering one of its most chilling cliffhangers in recent memory. With danger closing in from every direction, Cassie Plummer finds herself at the center of a terrifying storyline that has viewers fearing the worst. As tensions explode and long-buried secrets threaten to surface, the latest twist has sparked widespread speculation that Cassie could be heading for a tragic exit. The drama begins with Cassie trying to rebuild her life after weeks of emotional turmoil. Despite making promises to those closest to her, she struggles to escape the shadows of her troubled past. Every attempt to move forward seems to be met with another obstacle, leaving her isolated and increasingly desperate. Friends notice that Cassie has become quieter than usual. Her nervous glances and sudden disappearances don't go unnoticed, but whenever someone asks if she's okay, she insists everything is under control. Behind closed doors, however, she's hiding a growing fear that someone is watching her every move. Meanwhile, suspicious events begin piling up. Strange phone calls arrive with no one speaking on the other end. Anonymous messages appear, warning Cassie to tell the truth before it's too late. At first, she dismisses them as cruel pranks, but the threats quickly become impossible to ignore. Tyrone grows increasingly concerned about Cassie's behavior. He notices her flinching whenever the front door knocks and catches her secretly deleting messages from her phone. When he confronts her, Cassie refuses to explain, claiming she's simply under stress. Elsewhere on the cobbles, rumors begin spreading that an old enemy may have returned. Several residents recall unfinished business involving Cassie, and whispers suggest someone has come back looking for revenge. While nobody knows exactly who is behind the intimidation, the mystery only deepens as more unsettling incidents unfold. As the week progresses, Cassie discovers an envelope left outside her home. Inside is a single photograph showing her taken only hours earlier while walking alone. There is no note, just the image. The realization that someone has been secretly following her sends her into panic. Unable to cope alone, Cassie finally confides in Evelyn. Although shocked by the revelations, Evelyn urges her to tell the police immediately. Cassie hesitates, fearing that involving authorities could expose painful secrets she'd rather keep buried forever. Instead, she decides to confront the mystery herself. Late one evening, another anonymous message instructs Cassie to meet at an abandoned warehouse if she wants the harassment to end. Despite every instinct telling her it's a trap, she believes it's the only way to protect her family from becoming targets themselves. As darkness falls, Cassie quietly slips away without telling anyone where she's going. Unknown to her, Tyrone notices her leaving and becomes suspicious. After finding the threatening photograph hidden inside her handbag, he realizes she's walking into serious danger. Desperately, he races after her, hoping he isn't already too late. The warehouse stands silent on the outskirts of Weatherfield. Broken windows rattle in the wind, and every shadow seems to hide another threat. Cassie cautiously steps inside, calling out for whoever has been tormenting her. No answer comes. Instead, she hears footsteps echoing through the darkness. A mysterious figure slowly emerges from behind a stack of crates. Their face remains hidden beneath a hood, making it impossible for Cassie, or viewers, to identify them. The stranger calmly reveals they know everything about Cassie's past and claims she's been living on borrowed time. Cassie demands answers, but the figure refuses to reveal their identity. Instead, they accuse her of ruining lives and insist it's finally time for her to face the consequences. The confrontation quickly turns hostile. Cassie attempts to escape, but the warehouse door suddenly slams shut. Trapped inside, she desperately searches for another exit while the mysterious person continues moving toward her. Outside, Tyrone arrives moments later but finds the entrance locked. He pounds on the heavy metal door, shouting Cassie's name. Inside, Cassie hears him, but before she can respond, the lights suddenly cut out. The screen fades almost completely black. Viewers hear only frantic breathing, hurried footsteps, and the sound of a struggle. Then comes a loud crash. Silence. When the lights flicker back on seconds later, the hooded figure has disappeared. Cassie is nowhere to be seen. The episode ends with Tyrone finally forcing the warehouse door open. He rushes inside to discover broken furniture, shattered glass, and unmistakable signs that a violent confrontation has taken place. On the floor lies Cassie's phone. Nearby is a trail of blood leading into the darkness. The credits roll before revealing whether Cassie escaped, or whether something far more sinister has happened. Almost immediately, fans flooded social media with theories about Cassie's fate. Some believe the blood belongs to her attacker and that Cassie managed to fight back before fleeing. Others fear the evidence points toward a devastating death that could permanently change the Plummer family forever. Another popular theory suggests the mysterious figure isn't acting alone. Several viewers suspect someone on the street may secretly be connected to the terrifying events, potentially setting up one of the biggest mystery storylines of the year. Adding even more intrigue is the show's refusal to reveal Cassie's whereabouts in preview clips for upcoming episodes. Promotional teasers focus instead on Tyrone's desperate search and Evelyn's heartbreaking fear that something unimaginable has happened. If Cassie has survived, she'll likely return with shocking revelations about who targeted her, and why. But if the cliffhanger marks the beginning of a tragic farewell, Weatherfield could soon be mourning the loss of one of its most complicated and resilient characters. Whatever the outcome, Coronation Street has once again proven its ability to keep audiences guessing until the very last second. The terrifying warehouse showdown, the anonymous stalker, and the blood-soaked final moments have created a suspense-filled mystery that fans won't soon forget. For now, Cassie's fate remains unknown, and until the next episode finally answers the questions left hanging in the darkness, viewers will be left wondering one thing. Did Cassie escape, or has Weatherfield just witnessed the beginning of another heartbreaking tragedy? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.